Regis, with Nordi, Enzo, Reynildo, obviously they were in the squad in Newcastle, varying levels of fitness, I think. Do you consider them all kind of fully fit and in contention at the start after the break you've had, or are you still kind of managing that process of these players?
Yeah, for Enzo, Nordi and Ray, they are able to start and physically ready to be competitive in the Premier League. Yeah.
And with Bertrand, Romain, Jocelyn, how hopeful are you that you'll see these guys this season, or is it still a little bit early to tell?
Probably for Jocelyn and Romain, it would be at the end of the season, last week. So we won't take risks to play with them because it's more prepare them properly to be ready for the pre-season in a good shape. For Roberto, it might be a bit earlier. Yeah.
You talked about you're confident that the players won't switch off, they've got ambitions. Once everybody came back from national duty and once the dust had settled, obviously on Newcastle, have you spoken about resetting and setting new targets for the rest of the season, or are you comfortable that you don't have to do that, or the mentality of the group is there?
Yeah, after Leeds, when we reached the 40-point target, we spoke about what might be the future, because we always need objectives. I think collective objectives, individual objectives, and standards, daily standards. So it's about those three kinds of objectives. And for the club, it's clear. The owner, the sporting director, the head of football, and so on, they want to be consistent in the top 10 in the Premier League. This is their vision, and I share this vision. And if you are consistent in this part of the table, 1 year, 2 years, you can be a bit closer to the top 6, to the top 7, we never know. So it's we are doing well, and this season is probably achievable. Is it early? Yes, maybe. But when it's on, you have to seize the opportunity. So we'll see. Yeah.
You mentioned your very first press conference. You mentioned Roberto Di Matteo as one of the managers you particularly admired. What was it about him that you admired?
In general, I like managers, coaches with a clear identity. So is it with the ball or without the ball? So I like when someone is able to implement clear ideas, which helps the performance of the squad, but also the expression of the players. It's always a combination. So Roberto Di Matteo you can see a team, you don't know the jersey, but you can identify this is a team of Roberto Di Matteo, maybe Francesco Farioli, and some of those coaches. They are really aligned. And is it my style? Not always, but I can find ideas to challenge our game model and to progress, to improve some of our ideas.
I saw a sticker on a lamppost the other day with your face on it, and it was that quote where you said, you like Guardiola and De Zerbi, but we're not going to play like that. We're going to play like Sunderland, Regis and Bris. How close are you to that vision?
Yeah, I think it's important to be connected with the identity of the club, the fan base, the history, and if your ideas are consistent, I think everyone can share the main project. So it's important to define the pillars. I think it's what it was done here. It was really clear, and then how, as a coach, you can connect those pillars with your game model and to develop them across different events during the season. And my style of play is, I think, balanced. I like defending, I like attacking, I like scoring goals, I like protecting my goal, and the togetherness is key. And we want to be balanced and to create the best opportunities to give the freedom and the platform for the players, so they can grow, they can learn, they can improve their level. Sometimes to leave the club for a better club, maybe, but it's for them. Yeah.
Hey Regis, just with Roberto coming in at Tottenham, they've changed to him because they obviously think he's a game changer for them. But in your time at Sunderland, whenever there's maybe been a question of yourself or it's come to a big game, you always seem to have pulled something out the bag and you've got it right and you've always got a big result. Do you feel yourself that you're like your profile now, you should be ranked among, as the top coaches in the game?
I don't know. It's up to you to decide, to write it. It's about yes. I think, like I said just before, a season is defined by key moments. So you will have ups and downs. It's always the case. It's important to stay consistent, positively, because if you don't win, you can't stay in this position. And after that, you'll have some games which will be really important for the outcome of the season. A switching point, I would say. And so far, we manage as a club, as a staff, as a team, those moments well. So keep going, that's it.
From the outside, I think your profile is growing, and I know you're quite a humble man, you want to say, but how does it feel to be recognised now as, among the top coaches in England, given the job you've done here?
I think it's always a challenge for me. So what was done before is important for the knowledge, the confidence it gives as a coach, but it's always the next one, which is the most important. It's always the case. Football is defined like that. So you can be successful, you can win twice against Newcastle, and the next game you lose at home. Doubt is always around, and this is the reality of a manager in football. So we need to accept it. So you always have to get better and to show this willingness to improve. Otherwise, you can't stay at that level.
Thank you.
When you spoke to the players after Leeds and talked about targets, what was their response?
I think they expected something new, because this is their culture. They always need something to achieve, and it was important to design the right objective. It's not easy to say, so now we achieved 40 points, let's go for 60, because you never know. And you lose your 3 first games and the target is over. So it's more about a vision, and I think this vision is connected with daily standards. You can achieve a big target if you are working hard every day. And I think this is the way we want to build the environment.
Is that about enthusiasm on a daily basis?
Absolutely. You have to enjoy what we are doing. It's not always easy, because it's connected with the results. When you lose, the mood is different. But when you win, you can grow, you can enjoy, and it's more positive.
Before the last game, all the noise was about Newcastle United. Before this game, all the noise will be about Tottenham because of De Zerbi. Do you like that? Do you like being under the radar, or would you like to receive some more recognition as a club, as a team, for what you've done?
I think we have our own journey, and so the noise can be the noise, no problem. It's about our objectives, the way we want to play, the way we want to grow, so it doesn't matter for me. To be clear.
That's clear.
Just given the amount of change you felt you needed to make in the summer, did you expect to achieve what you've managed to achieve so far? And yet there could be more to come.
Yeah, I expected to achieve the goal, but we don't know how, because it's always unpredictable. It started fast with a good connection with the players, with 14 new signings. It's never easy to create this chemistry within the squad, but it worked well. And after that, the reality of the Premier League was in front of us, and we had to manage difficult moments. And I appreciated the reaction of the squad, often with many injuries. So the core of the team was a bit more fragile, but the reaction and the way we played in tough moments, I think, was really important for me.
And given that it's a young team, do you feel there is even more growth in this squad?
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to assess the individual trajectories. It's always the case, because we have to connect the ambition of the club and the pathway of the player. So it's always a new reset. I would say mid-season, at the end of the season. But so far, I think the players are really well connected with the journey. Yeah.
Hi, Regis. Was it at Shakhtar Donetsk that you first really noticed Roberto Di Matteo, or before that?
Sassuolo, I think. Yeah.
Did you ever sort of go and shadow him when he was coaching Shakhtar or at Brighton or anything like that? I mean, did you have any?
Yeah, I always interested by new ideas. So when he was in Italy, I watched many games in Sassuolo. That Donetsk, it was a totally different squad with many Brazilians, for example. Then in Brighton was brilliant as well. So it was one of the coaches I observed. Yeah.
Yes. And were you a bit surprised that things went wrong at Marseille? Because I remember going to Marseille to watch Newcastle there, and they played really well. They looked super, and they were then going with PSG for the title. Did that surprise you that it all kind of unravels?
Marseille is a tough place to manage and to coach. I think probably he learned a lot from this experience. So I'm surprised. It's always difficult because I don't know the workflow in the club, and so it's always difficult to assess performance of a coach or a manager. But I know that Marseille is not an easy club to manage. It's clear.
Good practice for Tottenham. And,
Yeah,
and final,
probably.
very final question. Luca 9 in the derby. I mean, made that mistake early on, but then played really well. Was that like a symbol of his resilience and your team's resilience, that you can recover from a mistake and be so composed?
Yeah, I think it's really important. It's key. So it was an individual mistake, but the team was connected with the mistake, because when we went 1-0 down, and this season the majority of the time we were able to react after conceding a goal, which means that our references, our confidence, our connection are strong, because when it's hard, it's the right timing to understand the strength of the squad, the strength of the game model, the strength of the belief in the squad. When it's easy, it's sometimes possible, but it doesn't happen for a long season, a long period of time. So this season we had these problems, and often the team reacted really well. Yeah.
Sorry, just to go back to Bradford, did you actually have conversations with De Zerbi or any interaction?
Not really, no.
Great, nice guys.
Thank you.
See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.